Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is part of my jungle. If you are not new here, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. Today is day something of PLANTMAS. Genuinely don't know because I'm just like batch filming these. So anyway, I wanted to do a part 2 for my planty gifts for intermediate plant parents. So part 1 was for beginners, which I would consider less than a year, or somebody who just only has a plant, maybe has no plants, has like zero knowledge on anything plant related. And then intermediate, I would consider somebody who has a couple of plants and maybe has been caring for plants for a year, 2 years. So don't come at me for the way that I broke this up. I just tried to make it feel logical. So today I'm going to be talking about a couple of plants that I think would make really great gifts for somebody who knows a little bit about plants, but maybe not a lot of it. Somebody who has the pothos and the snake plants and things like that, and they've been successful keeping those alive, and maybe they're ready to try something just a tad bit more difficult. So the first plant that I have on the list today is a string of hearts. And you might disagree with this, but I do think that they are easygoing as long as you give them the top-down light that they want. And otherwise, I don't really have an issue with string of hearts. And I think that it is a really beautiful plant. And I think that anybody who is just getting into plants a little bit more or is ready to start branching out when it comes to plants, they would find this plant absolutely gorgeous. I mean, remember the first time you saw a string of hearts, especially a variegated one? The cute little pink leaves. I mean, I remember when this was still a really highly sought after plant and it was hard for people to find. So I think it would make a really, really lovely gift for somebody who knows what they're doing, but isn't necessarily like a full-on plant person. I mean, you can get it for anybody. You can get it for the full-on plant person too, and I'm sure they would love it, but that's not what we're talking about today. So really any string of plant I feel like could fit into this category, but it depends on the person's environment, which is something that I mentioned in the first video. I do think it's important to understand who you're buying these for and the environment that they have at their home or their office, wherever they're planning on keeping it. So definitely keep that in mind when you're giving plants to somebody, not just their level of understanding plant care. You want to make sure you're getting them something that they like as well and something that's going to do well for them in their environment. So string of hearts, I think, would make a really gorgeous gift, something that I would 100% give to like my grandma, because she has maybe like 10 to 15 plants that she's been taking care of successfully for quite some time, and I trust her that she would be able to take care of this plant as well. Number 2 on my list, it shouldn't be surprising, and I just threw Hoyas on here because most of your really common Hoyas, honestly, I would even put them in the beginner category, but I chose the intermediate category because it isn't my first choice for plant beginners. I think that it is a great choice for somebody who has a couple of plants already and has some really nice bright windows that they can put a Hoya in. A Hoya Crimson Queen or a Crimson Princess is an absolutely gorgeous gift to somebody. Nobody is ever going to be mad about a cute little variegated leaf. Like I've never seen anybody get mad over a pink leaf. So I'm just saying. This is the case for my cousin. I sent her a Hoya in the mail because she was expressing to me that she was having a hard time keeping up with watering her plants. And I was like, you want that? She wanted that like foliage look. She really loves her pothos and her monstera. I sent her a maranta last year that she loves as well. So I know that she can take care of a little bit more complicated plants. A Monstera would also be a really great beginner plant that I didn't put in the first video, but that's fine. I'm sure one of you said it in the comments. Yeah, I think that Hoya make a really great plant for anybody, to be honest with you. I find them to be very easygoing, but if you don't have that bright light for them, they may not do that well. So I think that they are a better plant for somebody who has a couple of plants already. It wouldn't be like my first choice to give somebody. And you guys know that I want everybody to have Hoya. So I feel like that's saying a lot, but my cousin has been loving it because it's been a lot easier for her to care for it, because Hoyas let you know when they're thirsty. They get wrinkly and they are so forgiving that they're not even going to drop a leaf. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. Plus they're really pretty. I don't know. I feel like they don't get the hype that they deserve in like the regular houseplant scene. Like not in the houseplant community, obviously, where we're like into the rare plants and all those things, but like just your average person going to the store, I feel like isn't usually attracted to the Hoyas. And I don't know why, because they're beautiful. I was in Home Depot one time actually ogling at like a beautiful Crimson Princess, and as soon as I put it down, somebody came and picked it up and bought it, and she wasn't even looking at it before I said anything. So sometimes people just need a little nudge when it comes to Hoya. I'm such a Hoya pusher. I don't care. I love Hoya. Okay, so number 3 on my list is Maranta, and y'all might think I'm crazy, but again, it depends on the person. I find these to be very, very easy care plants. They are beautiful plants. The variegation is stunning, and they're really easy growers. So this would be a great gift for somebody who likes to water their plants a lot. As opposed to Hoyas, that would be a great gift for somebody who doesn't like to water a lot. Marantas would be a great gift for somebody who likes to be watering their plants twice a week. So there is that. Other than them needing more water than other plants, I really do not find Maranta to be complicated. I don't find Calatheas to be complicated either, but it depends. It depends on the Calathea. So when it comes to just like regular Maranta, like the lemon lime and the red Maranta, I think that those are definitely considered like intermediate plants. Like if you only have a couple of plants and then you get yourself one of those, I don't think you're gonna kill it as long as you water it. Really, that's it. So plus they're pretty. I might be a little bit biased, but I love my lemon lime Maranta. I think it's just a really gorgeous foliage plant. Okay, so number 4 on the list might be a little bit surprising, and you might question why I didn't put it on the first list, and that is Scindapsus. And the Exotica is like a really easygoing plant. I would consider that a beginner plant, but the other ones, not so much. Like the regular Scindapsus, Argyrae, whatever, and like the Silvery Ann that I have here that is just like really leggy, but I don't care. They're thirsty, you guys. Like they're kind of a pain in the butt. So I would not recommend it for somebody who doesn't have any other plants, because they might kill it and they might not understand why they killed it. It is a really easygoing plant, obviously. Like I'm not saying Scindapsus are difficult, but just like the other pothos varieties like Enjoy and Manjula, they are a little bit on the thirstier side. And I would consider those to be just a little bit more difficult because of that. Like the Maranta. Like I just wouldn't give it to somebody if I didn't know anything about them. Does that make sense? And I feel like number 5 isn't too complicated when you think about my thought process here, because that's going to be begonias. And it's the same thing, really. Like they're thirsty, so I wouldn't just like shove a begonia on somebody if I didn't know their plant care, like, and how they normally care for their plants. Like if you are somebody, again, who likes to water your plants frequently, then Marantas and Begonias and Scindapsus are going to be great options for you, and they're going to be great gifts for somebody who wants to water their plants all the time. Number 6 on my list is basically the same thing again. Syngoniums. Like, they're gorgeous, but I would not give one to somebody who forgets to water their plants. Like my cousin, I gave her a snake plant and a ZZ plant, and she forgot to water those. So there's no way I'd be giving her any of these on this list except for a Hoya. But I wouldn't do that either because she doesn't have the light for it. So that is the only reason why I'm putting these on a separate list. If it's a little bit more thirsty, people do tend to consider it harder to care for. When realistically, like, you just need to water it more or put it in a self-watering pot like I did with this begonia so that you don't kill it. You know what I mean? So that is my list. Let me know if you think I left anything off of it, because I absolutely did. I cannot name all of the plants and I cannot categorize all of the plants successfully. This is just my personal opinion and the way that I go about choosing plants that I'm going to give to somebody as a gift. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If you guys enjoyed part 2 of this video, make sure you stay tuned for part 3, where I'm going to be talking about plant gifts for the experienced plant person in your life, your plantee BFF. Yeah, so that's it. If you enjoyed this video, you should give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. There is a join button down there if you want to be part of the official plant fam. If not, there's a super thanks button if you want to super thanks me. Everything is appreciated. I cannot do this without you guys. And I hope you're enjoying PLANTMAS so far, and I will be seeing you soon with another video. Bye.